The online visitors, I have to do one thing at a time.
Yeah, if your mic
Is turned off.
it's turned on, I see, but somehow
It's not coming. Up. It's okay. Let me know when it's working, and I please pass them around. And is it still not happening? Okay. I keep talking, I guess. And I don't know if can I open the browser to show my project here, or is it a different one? It's a different one, I guess. Then it's okay. Because if we go out, then people don't hear it, right? Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah, like we can just like show. Yeah. Sorry, we should have tested. This way. So this is sharing. And are they hearing? Okay, good. So maybe like please pass around, and I give like 1 minute. And for the online audience, it will be great if you can see it on the website. It's on the somewhere on the left, bottom left-ish. Yeah, and you can also see it here. Yeah, you can actually see it here, like how it is on the website. Okay, so you can either listen to me or you can still like keep reading the cards. You can decide. So, thank you for the invitation. I'm Naoto Hieda, or Hieda Naoto in Japanese. I'm an artist. I also dance, I program, I design. And for this project, soup.glitches.me, I just call it soup. It's a kind of net art work that I programmed, and I also created the contents, and yeah, I did everything with feedback from people. And for this, I started as a part of Pact Freiraum and Take Heart residency, and I first came up with an idea that I want to show like my memories on the web, but I want them to be somehow like animated in a way that is not just like visually animated, but something dynamic, something that's moving, something I call it like dancing on the web. And I started collecting like things that you can see on the website or on the cards that are like childhood memories or something like really recent. And soon I noticed that if I make an exhaustive like data set of myself, like photo album of like every single moment, and if I want to add like a dynamic thing, like every object, every memory has different effects, different visuals, trigger like interactive things, I think I will just kill myself. Like this is not possible. Like I need like 100 people working for me. So I need to simplify this, and the compromise was that I make more like a grid, so you can see it here, like it's organized as a grid. So it still like has like structure of like photo album. I actually started like taking idea from like Instagram kind of thing, but in the end it's a bit different. But still like each object, each window has a hashtag. On the card unfortunately you cannot click on it, but on the website you can click, and then other card or the memory shows up. And that was like not my intention, but it kind of like gives anachronic approach to like look back at my history and this duality of like one is like arranged as grid, like everything chronological, and on the other hand, it's like really like messy, like cards that are shuffled. You can click on different things, shows up something time, like a different part of time, jump to another time. That kind of reflects my brain, which is ADHD and also autistic, so that it's like sometimes like all over, but sometimes I'm super focused. And this platform or the website or however you call is like kind of like reflection of myself. And I can talk about technical things if anyone's interested, but maybe more interesting to talk about like the conceptual things and how it branched out. Like one is I had a chance to show it physically, so instead of like putting QR code, like that was like easy idea to show my website, but then I decided to like make these cards that you have in your hands right now, and I actually made it's still in the print shop, but I'm making a proper print with plastic coating and backside as well. So that's really exciting. And so this is like an approach to like see the website in different ways. So on one hand you have something on Gather Town that you can, it's like hyperlink and like everywhere. And on the other hand, it's like a physical thing that you can touch and you can scroll through in physical sense. And that's one branch, and there's another branch that is actually going back to the body. So there's a lot of like embodied memories in the content that I decided to do a theater performance. Actually, I did in Colombia, like 50 minutes I was talking in Spanish and moving. I just started learning Spanish last year. And for the process, it really helped that I made this website and the cards that made me associate like one memory to another, and kind of this choreographic process or this narration in the performance I structured in such a way so that I talk about my life and like events. Like I was born in Japan, I studied in Canada, I studied in Germany, I moved to Colombia for exchange semester, and I did and through my journey, I encountered like different, for example, like movement vocabularies, like Japanese dance or Aikido or contact improvisation, and they're like kind of connected to each other. And that I, instead of like writing down or, instead of writing down, those cards kind of like structured or like clicking on this website. Every time like the way I would go through is different, and that kind of like helped me to structure the performance. And I like to talk short, but if you want like longer version of my presentation, it's not official yet, but I'm giving another talk at somewhere in NFA, like soon, in the UNESCO site or whatever. So you know it. So please follow me. You can find me. I'm not on social media recently, but if you search for Naoto Hieda, you can find my website, and there's like my email and stuff. So let's keep in touch. And I would love to like have conversation through the questions with drinks or whatever. Thank you. The grid one. That is like a grid, like literally. It's, I don't know what I don't say it. Don't say it. You don't have to say it. But, no, because I'm trying to like like make association with it. Like that's how I always work. And I think that's the only one that is like. There are some images that are generated, like AI generated things. So there's like kind of this uncanny images as well. But mostly, like, photos are taken by myself, and but this one is generated with processing, this programming language where you can draw with code, and that's like one of the first things I drew with processing. Like, okay, I make loop, draw lines.
So you like write the code out?
Exactly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but I don't know what I wrote in the text.
I won't tell you.
Hey. I think I remember how you started out with the project as a list, and I like how it evolved. And do you have any plans on how you develop the cards further? Because I feel like they have a strong, or like they're very precious, and they always come across to me as like collectibles in a way. Like it reminds me of like how people were collecting cards before. Yeah. And to me it feels very precious because it's like I'm holding onto something very personal from you.
Yeah, thank you. I think the very first like iteration was like I started making kind of a wiki, like not Wikipedia, but like your own like how to say like data or like texts, like collection of text, and then it kind of evolved in different ways. And this iteration was specifically written like mostly with code, and some like content is on Airtable, which is like a kind of spreadsheet kind of platform where you can edit, and that there's like a lot of scripts and code that's running in between and generates this. But you don't see me, right? Or do people see me actually? Actually, it's better like stop sharing.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was the? Wait, where's the? No. Okay. So what was the? The cards. Yes. So I'm printing them. Like I ordered. Like you can order like plain cards with your photos and stuff. So I prepared like PDF and I ordered them. So that's like one step for like making it a bit nicer. But then always like as you said, like collectible cards. Like that reminds me of this in my childhood. So if I make something, I would probably like go with the direction that I want to make like a reference to like Pokemon cards or like Magic the Gathering or whatever or Yu-Gi-Oh or something I used to play. And then but I think it doesn't have to be kind of playable, but something that you can collect. That would be nice. Actually, a friend of mine who's artist, he said like he was like making living out of like selling cards. Like he was printing cards and bringing to shops and selling them, and it's like a mom's joke cards or something like that. Anyways, like so that kind of like motivated me. Like maybe I can do that. I don't know. That will be my next business.
It's just a comment, but I think it's so interesting also when you just said that you are not on social media, but also to imagine these cards as kind of social media, because by coincidence I picked a card with a person that I also know. And I think it's kind of touching also the description about her, and to imagine now that there is some kind of connection also between us, and we just noticed by this card, so that's just very interesting in connection to the idea of a virtual space that we create to find connections between bodies and minds, and of course we can use platforms that are already there on the internet, but this is also a very sustainable means of doing that and sharing that, and it's really, really nice.
Thank you for a lovely comment. I know that people like get really tired of social media, and that's I think we need to imagine something that is like softer and like more comfortable and like not always connected, like not always like telling someone has I don't know, like life event, another person is doing this and that, and someone published this. Like I think it's good to have some distance sometimes or often. And yeah, one of the direction I'm interested is to make a platform where people can contribute something that is maybe not like same as Instagram or Facebook, but somewhere that people can actually share something and get to know people in a different way than you search for hashtags and stuff.
I have two questions actually. The first one would be, did you ever censor yourself? So like, is there like some memories that you are like shameful, like, I don't know, not so proud of, that you decided not to put in? And the second question would be, are you also like reflecting or thinking about more like common memory, or like shared memory, so like memory that includes more people, or are you like really focusing on yourself, or is that clear or not? Do you reflect on that?
I see. So, first one, I don't remember if I censor something, but I think I do if it's very shameful, or if it's about someone that is not really nice, then I'll probably not write it. Yes, but to me, like the process of like writing and finding photos, images, and then writing the program. So like I have to like, well, it's another analogy, but use different parts of the brain. And yes, actually I don't remember. But probably like I had to like not to write some like certain things, or maybe like, well, actually I would put it more this way, like the way like, because I can write about everything, but I have to curate my own memories in a way. So I'm a curator as well in the process, and that kind of forms like already like not to avoid, like not to censor something, but maybe like I'm going towards this direction that I'm avoiding like certain memories and stuff. And the second question was
But a common memory.
the common memory. So I am interested in myself. But I'm doing like a iteration of this project, and that one, or like not iteration, but something that is like similar idea, but I want to think about more like future, like towards future. So this is like the one I did was about my past, or like now. And what about like projecting to future, but not in a way that is like speculating something specific, but something that I want to give options to future, like what would be plan B to plan Z or whatever, like a lot of different options, like more multitude of future. When I plan things, like that's how I work. Like, what if this doesn't work? What if this works? Like, I have like different options, so I want to like kind of extrapolate it a little bit. And I think for that process, I have to like take information from this, common memory, or like some like common knowledge, or like some other references to take into my future, because it's something that I cannot like learn from my past, but something I can learn from other people, or like something shared. So that may be related to your question. But for now, it's mostly like about myself.
I'm not really good at public speaking, so I don't know how this is going to make sense, but I see this like an archival process, the way you like record your past and today. But this is how I'm made, so I'm curious, do you have a name for it, or?
Like a term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an archive. I say it's an archive, yes. But yeah, I think it's also like interesting question, especially like thinking about movements, like what is the archive of movements, and that's like always like a difficult question. is it just videos? Like, for example, mine doesn't have any video, but it also carries my movement vocabulary. Like, it makes sense for myself. And I think there have to be like different options. It can be text, image, like not just like recording video or motion capture. We can go crazy about this, but sometimes we have to like calm down and see what we already have, or the notebook we have that's already an archive. But like transforming that into something digital can be just scanning them and putting them in a folder that can be a digital version of the archive of movements. I think that's a matter of the framing and that's a matter of like what you're interested.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.